Hello students, today we will continue our previous chapter, that is morphology of flowering plant, and we will discuss about types of flowers. So first we need to discuss what is flowers. So students, flower is highly modified and condensed shoot. Shoot means we know that stem system. Shoot means for sexual reproduction. On the basis of position, a flower can be axillary or terminal. In a typical flower, the thalamus consists of four compactly arranged nodes and three highly condensed internodes. From each node of thalamus, a circle or whole of modified leaves is produced. So a flower may or may not show presence of bract or base of pedicel or over the pedicels. Such a flower is said to be bracteate or ebracteate respectively. A flower with pedicle is said to be pedicellate flower, and without pedicel is called as sessile flower. So students, we will discuss about flower with the help of practical in our next Zoom lecture. Here you can see the parts of plants accordingly to corolla symmetry. Sympatilous. So what is sympatilous? It means when petals, this is also known as corolla. Corolla is an attractive part of flowers. We will discuss in our Zoom practical lecture. Joint, partly or wholly flower has canate petals. In such a corolla, one can distinguish different parts like the floral tube, the throat, and the lobes. Second one is polypetalous. Poly means many, and petals means petals. That is a attractive parts of flower, that is also known as corolla. The petals are not joined. Here you can see the picture of polypetalous. Here the petals are free. This is not joined. Third one is actinomorphic. What is the means of actinomorphic? The flower of actinomorphic. This means that the flowers has a radial symmetry. It can be divided into two equal halves by two or more planes. These are further classified as funnel shaped, tubular shaped, and campanulate. It means narrower than tubular, a bell-like shape. Examples of families: poppy family, cruciform, and rose family are few notable examples of actinomorphic morphology. And we already discussed about morphology, anatomy, like this type of terminology which is used in this chapter. Here you can see the picture of actinomorphic corolla. Here you can see the 5 petals. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is is another example of actinomorphic flower. In this case, the floral parts are numerous. This example is a water lily. Next one is zygomorphic. Zygomorphic, generally we know that irregular form of flower, so has a bilateral symmetry. It can be divided in two equal halves by only one plane. Here you can see the picture of zygomorphic flower as shown by the red line passing through this flower of Viola tricolor. And orchids have zygomorphic flower. This is another example of zygomorphic flowers. Here again the flowers can be cut into two symmetrical halves by only one plane along the red line. Now we will discuss about perianth shape. So usually applied to corolla but may be applied to calyx. Calyx. Rotate, shallow and relatively flat or dish shape. Calyx is the outermost floral hole, and individual members are known as sepals. Sepals are usually green in color and perform photosynthesis. We know about photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a recombination of two terms, photo plus synthesis. So here, if all the sepals are united, the condition is gamosepalous, and if they are free, the condition is called as polysepalous. Gamosepalous calyx is found in China rose, and polysepalous calyx is found in Brassica. Brassica means cabbage, family of cabbage. Next is bilabiate, means two-lipped corolla is a zygomorphic symphytalous corolla with the limb divided into two lips. Now students, we will discuss about another important topic, that is placentation types. So what is placenta? The mode of arrangement of ovules on the placenta within the ovary is placentations, or we can say placentations refer to the pattern of attachment of ovules within the ovary. Now we will discuss about types of placentation. Here many types of placentation, which is very important for our study. So first one is marginal. So here the marginal terms is also self-explanatory. Ovules are placed on the fused margins of unilocular ovary. Uni means one and locular means we can say chamber. For example, pea, beans, etc. So ovules arranged along the suture of a single simple pistil or cross section. In monocarpus, mono means one, and apocarpus gynocea, for example, carpus distinct, the ovules are arranged along the suture of the carpel. There is one locule per carpel, no septum. See definition or next slide. This is called marginal placentation. Here you can see the types of placentation. Here different types of placentation. Here you can see axial placentation, parietal placentation, free central placentations. Second one is axial placentations. So here ovules are placed on the central axis of a multilocular ovary. For example, China rose, cotton. Here you can see the many locular ovary. Another types of placentation is parietal. So parietal, in that case, ovules are placed on the inner wall of unilocular ovary of multicarpellary syncarpus gynoecium, for example, papaya, cucumber. So ovules attached to the wall of a unilocular ovary means cross section. There is no septum. Here you can see the diagram. There is no septum, so that the ovary is unilocular. The ovules are born on the inner surface of the ovary wall or extensions of the walls. Here the picture of parietal placentation, the longitudinal section, cross section. There are no septum. Next is free central. So in that case, ovules are born on central axis which is not attached to ovary wall. So ovules attached to a peg, a stalk. Here you can see the stalk that arises from the ovary floor but which does not reach the roof. Ovules usually few to many. For example, locks in shape is long section. Here you can see the stalk like structure. This is a free central placentation. This is also type of free central placentation. Clear diagram here. Next is basal. So single ovule is present at the base of unilocular inferior ovary, for example, sunflower, rice, wheat. Ovules attached to the floor of the ovary in long section. One or more ovules are attached to the bottom of the ovary. This situation is found, for example, in some Partulaceous like Portulaca. Photo on the leaf and the left, the yellow arrow is pointing to the ovules are in Telinum. Close up on the right, the black arrow is pointing to the placenta. The ovary is unilocular. Next is apical placentation. In that case, one or more ovules are attached at the top of the ovary. Picture here you can see apical placentations. The ovary is unilocular. So students, this is all about today's lecture for types of flower and types of placentations. Thank you. Keep studying.